Hi, and welcome to this week's Intuition Insight with me, Ruth Ann Richards. I'm the creator of The Intuition Connection and author of Reclaim Your Intuition. I know that when I'm connected to my intuition and embracing and living with it, life becomes easier. I feel more empowered. I feel fully empowered. I would love more people to feel that way, especially women. Each week with the Intuition Insight, I channel from the universe with my Oracle deck, Reclaim Your Intuition, a message that can help us stay connected to our intuition for the week ahead. And that message this week is collective unconscious. So it's from the inner voice of Reclaim Your Intuition, and that's about the things we internalize, the things that we can't see. So the collective unconscious is an inner voice that we may or may not be aware of. And it goes back to Carl Jung, who coined the phrase collective consciousness. And if there's a collective consciousness, then surely there's the opposite, which is a collective unconsciousness. And we can see three bodies here representing a collective. So a collective is a group of people. It could be a family. It could be a community. It's also the planet. It's also everybody who exists on this planet. So you know what consciousness means. It's a state of awakeness, awareness. We're conscious of things that are going on. And the unconscious is the things that we don't know about. It's things that just happen to us that we pay no attention to, that sometimes can be subliminal. And things that we pay attention to, but then we allow them to kind of through osmosis come into our soul and our being, and they start to penetrate our inner voice. So here's an example. There are some really difficult things going on in the world out there. We know there's a lot of conflict, and if you're intuitive, spiritual empath, it's heartbreaking. You know, not understanding the reasons, not understanding what's going on, but knowing that people are losing their lives is just a very difficult thing to handle. And what does that do? That creates a state of fear and anxiety and being scared. And that becomes part of the collective unconsciousness. It creates that vibrational frequency, and, you know, one person feeling fear and an anxiety, then another. It's a compound effect that creates this bigger vibrational frequency until that frequency reaches more and more of us. Now, there is a lot to be worried about in the world, but creating more anxiety on top of it doesn't help. The people in those situations, you know, are dealing with anxiety head on. We're dealing with an anxiety from a distance about what is happening there. You may have your own issues going on in your life that are creating real and direct anxiety for you as well. So we know we feel these emotions, but for those of us who are withdrawn and not as close to, from a physical and distance perspective, to what's going on in the world, we can get caught up in this collective unconsciousness of fear. And what this is reminding us to do is, it's not our fear. You know, yes, we feel it because we're human beings and we empathise, but actually we need to pay attention to our inner voice this week. The chatter in the head, but both what's going on in our soul. And if we're feeling, you know, those negative emotions, we have the opportunity to change them. So I don't watch the news. I find it too difficult. I have to protect my own psyche, my own sanity and well-being. But I do choose when I take news in. And once a day I will look at a news website and I know what's going on in the world. And that's how I can manage my inner voice. What's going on with the chatter in my head, what's going on here. So I'm not putting my head in the sand, but I am aware of what's going on. And I choose to be as positive as I can be, so that my vibrational frequency that goes into the collective consciousness is not adding more scarcity and fear to it. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone wants to do that, and I understand that. But if you can do that this week, if you can help shift the balance of what's going on in the collective, the universe will be there to support you. Wishing you all a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.